Here's a solution for day one, problem one. Find the midpoint between these points. -6, 4 is left 6, up 4. It's located here. And +6, -4 is right 6, down 4. That's labeled here. We want to find the midpoint between these dots. So let's carefully connect them with a straight segment. In doing so, that helps us to visually notice that the midpoint appears to be right there at 0, 0. We can confirm that when we do question B, finding the midpoint by showing work. To find the midpoint, we need to average the x-coordinates and the y-coordinates. So let's say that we chose the letter M to represent the midpoint. Then we want to average the x-coordinates. The average of -6 and +6 can be found by going -6 plus 6 and dividing by 2. That's going to turn out to be 0. We also want to average the y-coordinates, 4 and -4. So if we add those together and divide by 2, that'll also turn out to be 0. So as we expected, the midpoint is 0, 0. Day 1, problem 2. Line K is perpendicular to line L. The equation of line L is x plus y equals 3. Line K passes through the point 0, 4. Write an equation for line K. Because K is perpendicular to L, its slope will be the opposite reciprocal of the slope of line L. So the first thing that we should do is find the slope of line L. This equation for L is in standard form. It's not in slope-intercept form. So let's quickly change it to slope-intercept form by subtracting the x to the other side of the equation. Now we can use the coefficient of x as the slope for line L. That slope is -1. Once we know the slope of line L, we can get the slope of K. It's going to be the opposite reciprocal of -1, which is +1. Okay, we know the slope of line K, and we know a point that line K passes through. So we can go y minus the 4 equals 1 times x minus the 0. Here's an equation for line K in point-slope form. If you like, you could even change that form into slope-intercept form by isolating the K. There's slope-intercept form for line K. Okay, now question B, graph line K. We're told that line K goes through the point 0, 4, which is located right here. That's the y-intercept. And in fact, in our slope-intercept form, that +4 is the y-intercept appears as well. And we notice the slope of line K is +1. So up 1, right 1 is the pattern of dots. And we can then sketch that in. There is line K.